All right. There we go.
Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talk with the super fans. We are chilling out with the crew. Who do we have in today's edition? Well, it's a small roster today. We got our fearless host, Danny BMD, in the house. What up, dog?
Yo, yo.
And me, of course, your amateur hype man, Superfan Art. We're going to be talking a lot of sports over this past weekend, and we're going to be talking about it Texas style. So, without further ado, take it away, Dan.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas to your ears. Providing some sports time for your free time. What up, this is Danny BMD, your host. How's everyone doing today, and how did your team do this week? Yo, yo, yo. How's everyone doing, guys? I know it was a bit of a tough weekend for some people. I know for me it was. We're gonna talk a lot of sports. We're definitely gonna talk a lot of football. But just again, just want to thank everyone watching us today. It is a Superfan Art with me, Danny BMD. And we're gonna definitely get started with some sports headlines, some reactions, some craziness, some a little bit of everything, right, Superfan?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot to watch this entire weekend through all the major sports. A lot of headlines. Uh, uh, some teams, there was some good, there was some bad, there was some ugly. I think most of the Texas-based teams, surprisingly, Houston came out all right.
Yeah,
Them Texans.
for real.
But now we'll get it more into like each individual. We're going to talk about college, all the drama and stuff over what happened this weekend. NFL, definitely a lot of crazy games, a lot of injuries. We'll let you know what's going on. And we'll sprinkle in a little bit of basketball, maybe some soccer, and some baseball. So, sports aside, Dan, how are you feeling this evening?
I'm
Good
good.
weekend?
I'm good. It was a good weekend. Just kind of watch a lot of sports for the first time in a long while. I know that obviously we've all been missing football, and yeah, and honestly, I just kind of excited for fantasy. It's been a while since we played fantasy. Where I know we had a little hiatus because of COVID. We didn't really kind of um talk about it, in this case, like a lot, what happened like last year, it was like kind of like the effects on it. But
It would have been weird last year because there was games postponed or even
yeah,
canceled. That would have totally screw up our whole fantasy league.
yeah, so
So
it's kind of
let's not deal
weird.
with that.
Yeah, so now it's kind of cool because like kind of going back to it, pretty excited about it. And um it's just like kind of excited back to see football and gonna cheer for teams that you've never thought you would ever cheer for before. But I don't know, it's pretty cool. I'm glad football's kind of back. I know it's still a little core restricted, but at least we're getting some really good football. Both defense, offensive, everything. Good quarterback play. I mean, I know we saw a couple of rookies going on, but unfortunately, a lot of losses this weekend too.
Oh, definitely. We
Uh,
saw some names become more prominent. Uh, I guess we saw some young stars rise, and we saw some old stars fall. Rogers. Sorry,
yeah.
something in my throat.
Dude, for real though.
I mean, I'm sure Green Bay will bounce back, but I mean, let's face it, Aaron Rodgers kind of laid an egg.
Yeah, dude. It was.
I
It
had
was.
him as my starter, so
Uh,
that's egg in my face.
that's why I was like, dang, you paid attention to Aaron Rodgers? No, it's because he in your fantasy. That's why.
It was a nightmare. It's the nightmare league.
The nightmare football league.
And then I had Jameis Winston on the bench, scored like the best game of his life, like 30 some fantasy points.
Oh, really?
It's like kind of Twilight Zone am I in?
Yeah, dude. I know. I mean, there's a lot of teams. I mean, was it the Saints? What's up with that, bro? Like, I mean,
They
they have
just
to.
took
I mean,
advantage.
and you know, and I understand, you know, because Rogers or whatever, right? But
No.
but man, that was bad. Like that was like a wallop. Like the Saints came to play.
We'll dissect it to see what was it really the Saints so good or Green Bay so bad? Was Rogers trying to send a message, or was he just still not into it because of all the non-preseason or all the preseason drama is like coming back to like bite him for lack of preparation? I don't know. Well, we'll get into that and more in our football segment. We need to knock out a few other things, but no, it's definitely great to be here on this Tuesday evening with you, Dan, all of our viewers out there, and all the platforms. Thank you. Continue to support, like, subscribe, hate, whatever. And we'll have some special guests soon to talk about sports and, you know, other things in general. Because, I mean, as bar talk, we don't necessarily always talk about sports. We talk about, I think, when your sisters were on, you know, some of the passion projects they're about. I think we got music or Studio 13th Day. Always we like to plug that in. Yeah, we got musical artists who like to talk sports, but we also talk about music. But that's you know, exciting future projects are got in store. So look forward to that. Danny, anything else to add before we hop into some baseball?
No, just again, just thank you to our followers, just kind of following us. If you guys want to get on, just let me know. Send us a DM, send us an email. Just honestly, just give me text or you know DM me personally, and I'll get you in. It'll probably take like a week preparation, maybe. If we don't have anything planned, we might be able to squeeze you in. But it's pretty cool. Especially like if you have your own project going on as well. You know, including you know whether you have a small business, if you're an artist,
A fundraiser.
fundraiser. You know, if you're just a you know maybe a teacher that wants to talk. You know, I know Tosco advocates for them a lot. Obviously, you do too. Super fan art. So just like you know, if you just want to come on, just talk about your favorite team, talk about how much you love. You know, the Cowboys, the Spurs, the
Or you
Texans.
could rant about the teams you hate.
Or even
We'll
better,
listen to that.
honestly, that's even better. Even better. Like I want to hear about the teams you hate. Everyone, I want you to go, chat. I want you to post the teams that you hate. Not the teams that you don't like. No, 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 no. The teams that you hate, that you just hate, that you just like, ugh, you just can't.
Get
Go
your
for it.
blood boiling.
Get my blood boiling. I'm like, oh, dude, I just can't right now. Like,
Yeah. And throughout the show, I'll see who responds. It's a who hates what teams. You don't even have to give a reason. I mean, everyone has their own reasons.
yeah, I was gonna
Just
say,
an example, Danny. What's one or two teams you hate? Any
um,
of the major sports.
just A&M, I guess they're kind of easy.
Nice.
Um,
You don't hate Texas State. They were your old rivals.
I don't. I just kind of see them like just kind of like a ah. I don't even hate Alexander either, and those are our high school rivals. I
Yeah.
probably, you know what? Who I hated? Who were? I hated the Valley schools just because
Okay.
they were like, they were good, but they were like really conceited.
In the world of
In the
marching
world,
bands in
yeah,
high school, there's I mean, I don't see there's different conferences. Maybe you could say it's like a conference, and the Valley was their own conference, and they were a little
like
bit
region,
snobbish.
yeah.
I mean, they were talented, but they were kind of
Oh,
snobbish about
oh,
it.
I know, Chivas, dude. I hate Chivas.
There you go. You hate the
I hate
cheeses.
him. I hate him. I hate him. I also, who else? Who
I
do I
thought that was
hate?
Evan's favorite team. But go on, hate him.
No, that's Seabass's favorite team.
Oh, okay, that's why you hate him.
Yeah, no, I don't hate him because of that. I just hate him because it's, you know, hate him. Who else? I don't hate them, but I just love to watch them lose. Alabama. So
I feel you.
that's like a easy team to cheer against. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. I hate OU, not entirely because I'm a Texas fan. It's just I just hate them. Anything out of Oklahoma is I just hate anything that comes out of Oklahoma. No offense to any residents or fans of Oklahoma. It's just there's that rivalry. Something about Texas is Texas and OU, and just, I don't know. It's like I would say cats and dogs. Uh, but yeah, A&M to a certain extent, I like them as rivals. I don't hate them, but definitely hate Alabama because they screwed us over in that national championship game back in 2010. I was there. It was devastating. Cut McCoy's leg. Ah!
Oh.
So
Ooh.
Mark Ingram, overrated. Uh, well, now he's overrated. Back then he was okay as a player.
That was a laughing sound, by the way.
I just hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
No, yeah, no. I personally, like I said, I hate A&M. I just don't like A&M at all.
Nice.
And obviously, right. I don't like individual players. There we go.
That's a different list altogether, but
Yeah,
you
I
could
was
just
like,
throw one or two out there.
I guess I don't hate him, but LeBron, I guess because he's easy to hate. No, who's a athlete I just don't like. Oh, you know what? Floyd Mayweather. I hate that dude.
Oh, okay. Why?
I
Because
mean,
he make too much money?
no, he's just the way he is. Just I don't know. I don't, and it's crazy because like Conor McGregor, you know how he is. Like
Yeah.
I actually don't mind that he's that way. Just because I feel like he's
Cocky.
just kind of made for that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
It kind of fits his persona,
Yeah.
and it's a good as a showman.
And he doesn't even need to try. Like he's just a natural at like just being a diva or whatever.
He just randomly the Machine Gun Kelly at the VMAs.
Dude, I saw that.
Take my drink.
Dude.
It's like, what the hell beef was there that had to happen?
See, I like that. Like, I don't know. Just certain players. I guess I'm just kind of a little biased for that. But let's see.
And it's got that Conor McGregor. Like, you're gonna try to fight back Conor McGregor? He could throw water in my face tonight, and I'll just like, thank you, sir.
No, you're good, bro.
Have another.
You are good.
You're in the right.
Yeah,
my
dude.
face was just in the wrong place this evening. I'm sorry about that, sir.
That or like
Can I get you another one?
Dude, that was I was watching the episode of Will Smith, Fresh Prince, or like
Classic.
he's like Holyfield comes out. It's like, you know what? Go tell him to come back. It's like Mr. Was it something? I think he says his whole name. Champion of the undisputed champion.
Oh, is that Jeffrey? Just hyping him up.
Vander Holyfield. He's like, oh,
Yep.
man. Dude, that was classic. I don't know, but that's just I'm just tripping out, guys. Whatever. Don't mind me.
No, not at all. But yeah, good rift. Yeah, definitely in the comment section. Any players or teams you hate, if you want to give a reason why, that's cool. I'll be monitoring the YouTube. I think, and then there'll be like the little chat section here in the video that we could see comments.
Yeah.
And we'll make note of that later on. But yeah, let's get into some diamond talk real quick so I can see how we're doing. Nice.
All right, let's go. Start with some diamond talk.
Thank you, Dan.
Go for it.
Okay. Nope. We're steadily hurtling towards October. Seeding is getting pretty close for the leaders in the American League and National League, and the wild card spots are getting at a premium now. So just a quick update on how the things are currently looking. In the American League, you still got Tampa Bay Rays in the East. They're ahead 8 games ahead of the Blue Jays. You got Chicago White Sox, leaders in the Central, and our own Houston Astros hanging on to that leader spot in the West for the American League. Wild card spots are as follows: Toronto Blue Jays, they're ahead by 1 game. New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox are both tied for that cutoff spot. So it's really close. Any loss could screw you over for the postseason. Uh, and Seattle Mariners are just 2 games behind. Can easily catch up. All it takes is just like 3 games, and bam, you're in it. National League wise, Atlanta Braves, they're still ahead in the East. Milwaukee Brewers are still brewing in the Central. And the San Francisco Giants have got back their title from the Los Angeles Dodgers. For the West, they're currently ahead 2.5 games of the Dodgers. But fret not, because the Dodgers are currently in firm position for that wild card. They're they're about 16 and a half games ahead of
Wow.
the Cincinnati Brewers, who are at the cutoff spot. San Diego Padres are just half a game behind the Reds to try to get in, and then the Cardinals are also half a game behind. So definitely three teams just trying to see who's the runner up after the Dodgers on that one. And so, as we currently speak, there's a lot of games going on that can maybe decide some of this positioning. Uh, the likes of which you got the Rays in the Blue Jays. That's a good one. Padres and Giants, Boston Red Sox and the Mariners. That is real implications for both teams in their wild card races. Yankees, Orioles. If the Yankees want to continue to cement their insurance for their wild card, and then you
Sorry,
got the
sorry.
Reds, you got the Reds and the Pirates. Like I said, Cincinnati, they're currently at that cutoff. And so, just a quick, some newsworthy. The AL West leading Houston Astros, they put their starter Jake Odorizzi on a 10-day injured list this past Tuesday with a right foot soreness from a play that he recovered from first base. So Odorizzi's roster spot was filled by right-hander Zach Greinke, who was reinstated from COVID-19 injury list also Tuesday to make his first scheduled start in like 16 days. His previous start was also on the road against the Rangers, whom currently the Astros are pounding on the Rangers. Sad to say, the Rangers they're gonna need some help in the next coming seasons. Try to rearrange, get them players right, because currently they were at the bottom of the league. Yeah, I don't want to say the embarrassment, but Houston really they're having the cakewalk right now versus the Rangers. So other news: Ryan Braun, former 2011 National League MVP and franchise home run king for the Milwaukee Brewers, announced his retirement on Tuesday. So the six-time All-Star selection. Wait, I might have. I'm getting ahead myself. Six-time All-Star. Okay, so Ryan Braun, he hadn't really played this season because he became a free agent because the Brewers declined to exercise like a $15 million mutual option on his contract this last October, pretty much almost a year ago. Uh, so pretty much he's calling it quits. He's calling it a career. It's not bad because pretty much in addition to his 352 career home runs, Braun, he played all 14 of the seasons with the Brewers. He ranks second in franchise history in their career RBIs with 1,154, extra base hits at 809, total bases accumulated, yeah, like 3,525. Not that you give a shit. He ranks third in runs with like 1,080. And then it gets more stats. I don't have to get much into it. So I'm pretty sure the Brewers are doing pretty good. They didn't really need him as they're currently in firm position of the leader spot. I'm sure if Braun would have played, he would have definitely helped and give him more insurance heading into the postseason. But
And
Guys,
just in the postseason itself, they're gonna be super useful. You know, just because you know now that it'll be fresh and everything. You know, just as the postseason starts, which is already what next month.
October the 4th or 5th, I believe. So yeah, just like two, 2 and 3, 3.5 or so weeks. But it's it'll be here before we know it. Shit, we're
Mm-hmm.
already in September, and I barely like finished putting up my spring decorations. Not to put up fall. That's cool.
Seriously,
Everyone's already hyped up for like Halloween and stuff.
I was gonna
I guess
say,
that's what's making me think October's gonna be here because
yeah.
everyone has already Halloween and stuff outside.
Yeah, I was like all your Halloween stuff. Yeah, I was like already getting all the ready for the fall, getting that pumpkin latte from
Shit,
Starbucks,
you
pumpkin
know,
spice.
ain't gonna find me in that like 20 car line for the drive-through. Screw that.
Bro, for me, it's like tamale season done.
That's what I'll line up for. I think there's a place called Delia's. They make
Yeah,
good tamales, and they just got
yeah,
here in SA, man.
yeah.
Took advantage of them.
I actually get them so often for my work. So, I actually have them kind of spoiled a little bit. And if anyone from work is watching, you guys know that I am. But I usually on Saturdays I usually bring food. Actually, by usually I mean like literally 100% of the time, unless I'm like really really late. Um, but I usually just bring barbacoa. So I mean barbacoa in itself is good.
Oh, it's
Barbacoa with big red. So I always bring barbacoa with both tortillas. But every so often, when I get you know crazy, I wake up a little bit earlier. I go get them, dude. But they're like in Hosman, dude. They're where you remember where I used to live, Hosman and I-10. Do you go 604?
sure. Why not?
Portofino,
Oh,
or
yep. That's when you're on the
yeah.
third floor.
No. When we're on the second floor with Adrian. When I was with Adrian.
Oh, yes. I remember now.
I don't know if it's Portofino, but something like that. And then or it's the Boston bar. You remember Boston's?
Oh, yeah. It was nice.
Okay, well that area, that plaza, it grew, and like where there's like a big space or whatever. There was a lot of space around there. Well, they knocked everything down and they actually put a Delia's there, dude. It's 2 drive-throughs done.
It has to be. I'm sure. I'm surprised they didn't add a third.
Done, dude, and they're still back.
For real. People, they know quality when they taste it.
Dude, it's good. Honestly, it's good. And then I take sometimes I take the branch. I mean, I drop like 30-40 bucks, but I don't care, dude, because that's like breakfast for the whole weekend, you know. Like,
True. Yeah.
dude, they're so good. They're so delicious. God. The only thing, I think rivals them just in flavor, just because I know that the ingredients is probably stuff from Nuevo Laredo, but
Oh, okay. Well,
know,
yeah, that's even more authentic.
nah, cause that's like the manteca and everything. Ugh. All right, so I'm getting hungry.
That's fine. That was a good show. So yeah, that's all the baseball talk I have. I'll give more updated rankings and standings on Thursday, and any other major storylines. By all means, yeah, I'll cover that. So that's it for my diamond talk. Before we get into football, we got to talk a little NBA. There's only 2
Nice.
storylines that I saw. Uh, I mean, aside from the Hall of Fame ceremony that happened this past weekend, it's all the likes of which you saw Chris Webber, you saw who, Paul Pierce get inducted, Chris Webber, Chris Bosch, uh, Tony Kukoc as a coach. I think
Yeah, and
Bill Russell as a
Bill
coach.
Rosa as a coach as well. Yeah.
I'm missing a player too. Damn. Oh, Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, undrafted, first undrafted uh player in that's in basketball
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. So
Yeah.
congratulations to him. Damn.
So yeah, there was some big names and well deserved in the now in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Uh, I think one small storyline before we get into the big one. Denver Nuggets. They pretty much agreed to a 4-year, $92 million contract extension with Aaron Gordon, who is currently their forward. Uh, the deal, which is pretty much can include a player option for a fourth year, so going into 2025, 2026. That includes 88 million in base salary, 4 million in incentives, according to sources. Uh, so I mean, he started out with the Magic. He had a pretty badass slam dunk contest, and the Nuggets they didn't need him, but having him on board with the likes of the Joker and Murray, like I mean, he's another quality player, and it looks like they expressed their appreciation for him financial wise. So
Yeah.
kudos to Mr. Gordon. But the bigger headline, and that Danny was also telling me about, Houston Rockets and John Wall have agreed to work together in an attempt to find a trade destination for the veteran point guard, as the franchise is committed to moving forward with Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green as their own starting backcourt. So the commitment of 20-year-old Porter and the 18-year-old Green, that pretty much left Wall, who is a five-time All-Star, who was traded to Houston in the Russell Westbrook deal last year. He pretty much is left without a starting role. Wall, he's 31 years old. He's not expected to play for Houston. The team and the management and Wall pretty much have mutually decided they're going to either bench him or benching him wouldn't be beneficial to either of them. So it was like, where can he go? So follow up with that, Danny. Did you have anything else to add, or who could benefit from Wall aside from the Spurs?
Yeah. For real. I don't know. I think a team would be someone like. Actually, you know what? I don't know, dude. I think.
Okay, how about pick one from the East and one from the West
Mm,
that doesn't already have stacked superstars and can maybe afford to give them some decent money,
I think that maybe.
or needs somebody in that position as
It's
a
because
point guard.
the only thing is because he's expensive. He's expensive right now. He's really, really expensive. He's gonna be he's gonna be like 45, 46 million of your cap.
Unless he agrees to pay cut, which I
Or like
doubt.
restructure it or whatever. I mean, for a longer term. I can see maybe like the Knicks, maybe.
That's right. I don't know who they have as their point guard.
Well, they have. I think they have Barrett, RJ Barrett,
Oh, okay. But a
but
veteran to come off the bench,
yeah, or not even come off the bench, just like have RJ Barrett play shooting,
switch him to shooting guard.
or yeah,
Okay.
or I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't like that now.
Okay.
Maybe the
That's a problem.
Wizards. They don't have a point guard either.
That's right. The big hole was left for Westbrook.
Yeah,
But then wouldn't he be
I
returning
mean, who?
Wall? Wasn't he
Oh,
with it
that's
before?
right. That's right. That's right.
I'm pretty
Where's he
sure there's
from? Where's
bad
he
blood
from?
there.
Where's he originally from?
Like college or where did he grow up? I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's from. Hold on, let me. I was like, I'm saying, you know how like everyone's doing the whole come.
Go back to
Coming
your own
home,
home
coming
city.
home. Yeah, it's North Carolina for the Charlotte. I mean, they do have.
Do they have Kemba Walker?
No, no, they have Ball.
Oh, okay. They got ball.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have the Ball brother. Maybe come in and just like have the Ball brother play shooting guard, I guess.
That
I
could
mean,
work and that could not work at the same time. It
I don't know. I
depends
feel
on
well.
egos and money.
I think. Yeah, and also I think. Ball needs the ball. LOL, and his hands a lot more. To be more effective. Um. So I don't know. Maybe the Heat.
Well, I mean, they got Lowry now.
Oh, they do have Larry. They do have Larry. I was like, I'm thinking.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of like a contender, but not there. Like, um. Wait. How about the Pistons?
that's plausible. I don't know exactly who's their point guard,
They don't
but
have a.
they
I
got
was
the
like,
youth.
yeah, that actually how we do. I was like, that's actually a pretty good one. Let's see. So for their roster, oh, I guess they have Cunningham as a point guard.
Oh, well, one of them has to switch. Probably Cunningham would switch to probably be shooting.
Yeah, cause you have this guy from Diago. I don't know. He's from it's like some bench player. He's the only shooting guard. Um, yeah, I mean maybe he Cunningham technically he's a point guard. I didn't think he was gonna be point guard. I thought it was gonna be like a shooting guard or a small forward or like I don't know about um a power
Hey,
forward.
no, not power four.
No, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just like a small forward, like a wing player. You know what I mean? Because he's big. He's a big dude. Um, like length size or whatever. So I don't know. I guess he's playing point guard. Let's see. Let me see the I'm looking at the rosters right now. Maybe the Kings. No.
For the East, I like the Detroit Pistons. That's a good choice.
Yeah, the Pistons is a that's the Pistons is a it's a West. No wait. No, no, it's the East. It's the East. I'm tripping. It's de los Raptors. I don't know. I mean, that's like
They
they don't
could
really
catch,
have. They
they
don't
could
really
catch
have.
a break.
I was like, they don't really have anyone. Um, but I
Nope.
don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how that kind of works out for John Wall. He's still a little older. Unfortunately, he has had a couple injuries. I can see why Houston would want to part ways. They're going to start focusing on their own youth. And just
Or you,
moving forward.
or you know what? Maybe the domino that needs to fall first is Damian Lillard. He's the top. If there's any doubt of him leaving Portland, every team's gonna want to like get in on that lottery. Well, not lottery, but that
That
Damian
sweepstakes.
Lillard
Yeah.
sweepstakes. So like, well, we like you, but we're trying to save ourselves for Lillard, man. It's like
Yeah.
Lillard, he won't be a rapper.
no,
But
they
yeah, that's what I think. That's my 2 cents.
no,
If
and now so in this case, what they're saying is that, like, for example, the Rockets, the reason why they're getting rid of John Wall is because they're gonna start focusing on Kevin Porter Jr., the 21-year-old from USC, came out from UNC, and also the rookie Jalen Green. He came out from where's he from?
he's from, you know, it's next to.
Uh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Bio. My bad.
Point
Team
is,
experience.
Houston wants to build around the young core and
Yo, it's a
get rid of
pig.
any.
Oh, it's from Houston. He's from Houston. I think he's from Houston. I don't know. Anyways, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. They start building around them, shooting guard, the point guard, shooting guard combo. So they can kind of essentially they wanted to unload. Now, the team, I think the whole contract. They don't have to pay out. I think they have to pay out a certain amount or something like that. There is some crazy agreement. So essentially allowing him to leave and make a contract with another team. So that's why they're doing that. But like I said, the reason why they're doing it is so they can just start getting focusing um on their players, instead of or the younger players, there's younger core instead of like just players they kind of have to keep up with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and I feel like just bringing it to the Spurs, I feel like we're kind of getting there,
We
where
don't need any point guard.
yeah, no, we don't need any point guard. We need big men. But right now, really, what we need is just kind of that people start developing their game. Obviously, we'll see how it turns out. Because the season's still gonna start for a while. Actually, not really, dude. Like a month or so, right?
Maybe late October.
Yeah, like a month and a half, más o menos. Yeah, 60 days. 60 days, not bad, or less than 60 days. That's what's up, or less than 45 days. Damn, we're already in the 14th. God damn. So, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I think I see. And if wait, never mind.
what?
I mean, I see the schedule for the Spurs because I got the Spurs app,
Yeah. Go for it.
and they're like Monday, October 4th, against the Jazz. But I don't know if that's still preseason or that's already the season. I think that's already the
No, it might
start
be.
of the season.
It might be preseason. What is it? I mean, hold on. Actually, let me.
October 4th.
I can actually check it right here on. Seriously, dog.
Hey, hey, dog. Hey.
Let me see.
Just put start of 2021 NBA
Schedule.
season.
All right, schedule. No, I think that might be the actual season. Oh no, it's preseason. It's preseason. It's
Okay,
preseason.
the 20th. The
Yeah,
20th is the
correct.
Spurs opener versus Orlando
Correct. Yeah, it's on the
in
20th.
in the AT&T Stadium. Well, I don't even know if it's called AT&T Stadium no more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta change the name, dude. Let's go buy it or what? You down? Let's go put a bid for $1.
Oh, I'll put up my. I need to sell my soul, my mortgage, both kidneys.
Your future
Do a lot of
kids.
do a lot of
Their
unmentionable things.
mortgages. I mean,
That
shit. If you buy the team and put your name on there and you stay there for a while, I mean, you'll be paying your kids mortgages. Like that, make money.
yeah. I need to get out all my life savings, put it on the darkest horse you can for college football to win the whole championship, and then they win, and
No,
then
dude.
maybe I can afford 3 seats next to the baseline bums.
No, dude. You need to go Back to the Future style. Go get an
Yeah,
almanac and
cheat. Well,
kindly
not
over
cheat,
here
but
the Retama Park here in San Antonio.
cheat. I'll bring back the SA Commanders. I'll bring back
Nice.
the fucking. It'll be it's not Austin FC. It'll be SAFC. Not even SA. We're gonna think of a better name.
You'll put a stadium like in I don't know.
SH United
Put a
FC.
stadium over there by I don't even know where we would put a stadium.
I don't know. Yeah.
Just like build it on top of the Alamo Dome.
Okay. There were 3 stories underneath the Alamo, the actual Alamo.
Oh dang! Imagine that'd be cool, dude. That'd be. We need to become billionaires sometime soon. Cause I think
Righto.
we'd make the world a lot more fun, dude. Oh, breaking news. Well, I guess we'll talk not breaking news, but we'll talk about it. An NFL our NFL segment, but talking about this whole buying or whatever stuff. I'll tell you something about that. About a certain team.
All right, cool. We'll talk about
So,
it.
so you ready?
What? Did you want to talk college or go straight into NFL?
We can do college. Do if you want to
All right,
start? Yeah, we'll do
there's
college.
just I won't get into all the winners and losers. I'll just some of the main headlines uh, from this past weekend's college football. So One of the biggest upsets was Ohio State versus Oregon. Oregon traveled all the way to Columbus, Ohio, playing the Horseshoe. So pretty much, uh, they were shocked. Ohio State they lost, or I should say, Oregon was able to win. It was actually high scoring. It was 35-28 victory for them Ducks, which
Dicks.
marked Ohio State's first home loss since 2017 and the first regular season defeat under the new coach Ryan Day, who was in his third season as head coach. Now, as a result, Ohio State is set to try to make some structural changes to their own defense after their Saturday loss. Not providing any specifics. I think their defensive coordinator, Kerry Combs, will still remain the primary play caller. But I don't know what specifically went wrong. I think they had a game plan. It didn't work. The Ducks had an answer for everything.
Yeah,
I
I
guess they were
just
well
think
prepared.
I think that just like you said, I think they had a game plan. They prepared, but they didn't adapt. Where like you said, that Ducks had a starting to would answer, and they're like, no, bro, but this is the game plan. It's like, well, yeah, dude, but it's not working. Like, obviously. So, and I think it was a turnover because they had a lot of turnovers as well, right? Like turnover 10
Yeah.
points or whatever. So that sucks, and it's deflating, dude, as hell. You're like, god damn, they just scored, so now I need to like go back and make sure they don't score again. So I don't know, just kind of, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely. The Ducks, they were not intimidated by the atmosphere, and that's one of them, like Ohio State. I mean, they could be whatever ranked team you think they are, but when they play at home and you're in that home crowd that's buzzing like a beehive, like that's intimidating. The Ducks, they didn't falter. Yeah, I think they were even a man down on defense. Like one of their top like wideouts or safeties was like sidelined in just street clothes, and the announcer's like, "Oh, I'm sure they wish they had him." Well, no, they were able to endure. I think there's a few times there's tipped balls that could have easily sealed the game earlier, but no, definitely they earned a 35-28 victory. The Ducks, they're going up in the ranking. I'm not a fan of the Ducks. I think this goes back to that conversation we had with teams you hate. I think Ohio State's one of them. I love to see them lose because I just hate them. I hate them. I hate them. So yeah, that was the big storyline from the weekend. Not that there wasn't any other ones. I think the more recent one is South Carolina, USC. What's up? They fired their head coach, Clay Helton.
Yeah.
It was announced just this morning. Decision comes 2 days after the Trojans, who began the season with conference title aspirations, were embarrassed in a 42-28 home defeat to Stanford, unranked Stanford. Helton, who's under contract through 2023, but now I think his buyout is in the $12 million range. Because I mean, USC is one of those institutes. They're the Ohio State, Alabama, Texas, Florida. If you're in one of those schools, you get the big bucks, the big contract, you get whatever you want. But the demand for wins in title aspirations is high, and I guess they didn't like what they saw in their second game. So now that Clay Helton is out, uh, they will have their, I don't know if the offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, Dante Williams, serve as interim head coach. Williams joined their staff with USC in 2020 as a cornerbacks coach and defensive pass game coordinator. He was elevated to assistant head coach after last season. He is a Los Angeles native, so kudos to him. And Williams will become the first black head coach in USC football history. So hopefully they decide to give him the job for good. So, not a fan of USC Trojans.
Another one? And another one?
It's nice to hate.
And another one?
Yeah, I hate him. But kudos to Williams. Hopefully he sticks with that head coaching job. Uh, So from one exit from a coach, now to another exit from a starting QB. So after Texas A&M got a close 10-7 win over the Colorado Buffaloes, their starting quarterback Haynes King will miss some time with a crack in his lower leg, as according to Coach Jimbo Fisher. Uh, so Fisher pretty much declined to give a timeline for King's return, but according to sources, King might be expected to miss 4 to 7 weeks.
Oh
Aggies hope
dang.
the Aggies hope to have a more definitive feel on when King might be back once he gets some rehab next week. So King, he was a redshirt freshman, started the Aggies' first 2 games this season, suffered that foot injury during the first quarter of Saturday's game with the Buffaloes. And so when he left, the burden had to fall on the backup Zach Calzada. He's a sophomore. He he pretty much played the entire game after that, and it was close. I mean, like you would think Buffalo would have it in the bag, like oh A&M's got a backup, but no. Towards the second half, the dude like he threw in some really like clutch passes in very tight windows. Completed 18 of 39 passes, accumulated 183 yards. He had the one touchdown, which I mean, doesn't matter how much you win by, W's a W. He did have an interception. He ran for 28 yards on 7 carries. Uh, so definitely not the way the Aggies envisioned their season starting, already being down their starting QB. But they have a W, and now they got this new guy Zach Calzada, and they got to work with him, give this young man some confidence, and try to make it through that gauntlet that is the SEC. Speaking of which, and Danny will get your Q&A. Or do you want to do a Q&A already, Danny?
No,
Or
what?
any 2 cents? Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, we can do that.
Nah, I'll just keep talking.
All right, yeah.
And then I'll get your thoughts on everything I just said.
All right.
This is the last thing anyway.
All right.
So speaking of that SEC gauntlet, we had my Texas Longhorns. What up, Book'em? Face the Arizona, Arkansas Razorbacks.
Yeah. Oh, but
Unfortunately, it was a loss, a very demeaning loss at that. I kind of turned the game off. I switched it mid-game. So the end result was Texas coach Steve Sarkisian announced yesterday that Casey Thompson, he is going to replace Hudson Card as the Longhorn starting QB. Card, who did start the first 2 games, was 8 of 15 for 61 yards. He was sacked 3 times in that Longhorns loss, 40-21 against Arkansas. Now Thompson, who did play in the second half against Louisiana, he came in. He was 5 of 8 for 57 yards, rushed 7 times for 44 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pretty much, we saw some momentum going on, like you said to me earlier in pre-talk, that looked plausible, not impossible, that Texas could mount the comeback. Just it wasn't meant to be. Lessons learned.
yeah.
We'll go with Thompson now, starting these games, and we'll move on from here to the next opponent. But as a side note, Arkansas.
Who do they play next?
I want to say they play Rice.
Oh, that's right.
As a side note, I think if not this Saturday, the following. I'll confirm more on Thursday about that. But the opponents of Texas, them Arkansas Razorback fans, what do? They end up storming the field after they won a game with Texas. Congratulations. You know what they got in return? They had a fine, a $100,000 fine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Damn.
the SEC conference announced on Monday that they were cited in violation of pretty much rushing the field. I think this is one of their second or third. This is their second violation, because I think they did it once before when they beat LSU in 2014. They say if they do it a third time, the price is going to go up to like $250,000, according to this policy adopted in 2004. And the policy states that no one outside of players, coaches, officials, support personnel, or properly credentialed individuals would be allowed to access the playing field. But they felt like they just won the whole universe, so they had the rest of the field. Act like you won a game, or Arkansas. Anyway, we'll beat your asses in the coming years when we become a more proper SEC team. But on the bright note, all that money from those fines goes to SEC's postgraduate scholarship fund. So kudos for
Yay!
education.
There you go. That's something. Oh
Yep.
yeah, they can be dangerous. There you go.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Dangerous, a super spreader event. We're still in COVID times.
Oh, true that.
Maybe irate Texas Longhorn player might, you know, get pushed inadvertently and start throwing punches in retaliation. It could happen. Who knows? But yeah, any anything else that stuck out from you from this weekend's college games? Uh,
No. I mean, I did see a lot of them. The major ones that you talked about. And UTSA did win. They did shut out their opponent. I mean, it is Lamar, University, right? But I don't know. I think it's like a good, like good practice for like as they start building up their repertoire, for not only getting obviously into a bowl game, but as they start building their program a little bit more, maybe being talked to. I know the Big 12 is obviously now already kind of reforming, if you will. Um,
yes.
but um, but at least maybe they can get in on the action where they're like, all right, well, all these bigger conferences are joining together, so obviously the smaller conferences are eventually probably gonna do the same thing, and they can get in. Like, I feel like UTSA has a pretty strong case, and they can make a pretty strong case for themselves, as they because they have money, they have the resource, they definitely have the geological location. So it'll be a pretty good thing for them as they move forward, as we continue obviously supporting them being part of our of the community here in San Antonio. um
And just to recap, their first game they beat Illinois on the road, mind you.
there you go, yeah.
Uh, I think one of their marquee wins, of the school's history. I mean, the football has been going on for like almost a decade, right? For the Roadrunners.
Yeah, around that, yeah.
So now y'all are 2-0, yeah, which is good. It's a good feeling, being a winning record. I'm kind of like thumbing through what their schedule looks like. They're gonna play, what is the hell, the MTSU. Never heard of them. I'm sure they're okay. Who is their biggest? They're gonna play Rice, UTEP, Louisiana Tech. Obviously later on in the season, North Texas. Okay, it's because usually like they play one Big 12 team, and like it's always Baylor or something like that. But I guess not this season. But now, yeah, definitely, you win out. You get the attention of the other conferences, and who knows, maybe an invitation might be in the mail in a few seasons if the trend keeps going in that winning direction for them runners.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be. I'm pretty excited, not just for, obviously for UTSA, but also for Texas. I know that we did lost, and then it was pretty bad. Arkansas it was just. I mean, and they're the bottom of the SEC too. I mean, they're
Near the
still.
bottom.
Nah, they're lower mid. I mean, at least, but still, I think that because they're like, oh, welcome to the SEC or whatever, Texas. You know, uh, it's gonna be a while before we get there. It's gonna be like 3 years before we get there. But um, I think that Sarkisian is gonna get it. Is gonna kind of get it done. It just takes a while, dude. We're like super chiflados. Like, here, good coach, go play, attack, win, win, win. No, dude, así no funciona. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
Like,
new coach, new staff, new system. We didn't even know exactly who's the better of the two QBs to be the starter.
This dude hasn't even recruited like Perate, you know, like
Yeah,
but you know, well, I guess he has recruited now, um but you know, like it's just one of those things where I feel like Texas just needs a little bit more seasoning before we can kind of yeah, a little bit more seasoning before we can kind of really get its what its groove is, what its flavor is, what its you know, and realistically like what its personality or what its identity is. Is it a run heavy team? You know, is it pass rush? You know, do you rush the quarterback? You know, or we just passing the ball around? You know, whatever. And you know, I know obviously we had that. Texas had that quarterback change, so we'll see how you know how that turns out. Um,
definitely. And I mentioned it earlier in the season, man. Texas can lose every single game they can. I won't give a shit if they beat OU. Then that means the world.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say. Mm.
Or if they get matched up with A&M in the bowl game, that would also be badass.
Ooh, I remember that was possible at some point, and then they didn't make it happen.
Nope.
Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever. All right, guys. We'll go into some NFL season.
What you all been waiting for.
Let's see. And put some really cool hip hop. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot something crazy.
As long as it's not copyrighted, go for it. We need to go into the public domain, Danny.
All right. No,
There's a bunch of 100-year-old songs that are up for the taking.
No. We got our own. So, in this case, real quick, as we continue on with our podcast, music is provided by Studio 13th Day as so it Magoria Graphics. Also, you know, brother of Studio 13th Day. We are gonna have as we continue on with our Studio 13th Day family, we are gonna have more of our family, new family members added to it. Coming pretty soon. We'll actually do a little bit more a promotion on that probably in the next couple of months as we build upon that. But we are gonna do a crypto channel. It's actually gonna be one of my good friends of ours, and obviously Studio 13th Day is gonna be the sponsor for that, supporting that, and Mezzo Forte Sportz is gonna be, you know, just kind of bring that supporting that as well, as we kind of support all each other. So definitely as we kind of expand our family, you know, we're just not just sports, we, you know, just involve a lot of interest, everything online. So obviously cryptocurrency is a big one. If you guys are interested in that, definitely keep it up. Coming soon with one of our colleagues. He should have your insight on that, on everything crypto and the future of that. Alright, guys, so thank you so much for continuing in here with our NFL segment. So we're gonna do a little NFL segment. It's gonna be called NFL Fire Recap. Wow. So in this case, we're just gonna kind of do a little recap of the weekend. Let me just put a song. I don't know what song I should put. Should I just put this one? Yeah, sure, whatever. No, not this one. We'll put this one there. Alright, there we go. It's a good song. Alright, guys. So we're gonna do an NFL Fire recap for this week. How's everyone doing today? So in this case, obviously you guys know that it was week 1. So we're gonna do just a little fire recap of all the scores for today. Alright, guys, so we do start with the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. It's a 21-31. So in this case, Tom Brady and the Bucks did not skip a beat, returning for a back-to-back Super Bowl campaign. The Cowboys lose, but the Dak did show promise and return. We'll definitely get a little bit more into that as well. So we do have Pittsburgh Steelers 23-16. So the Steelers do stun the Bills with a loss. You know, even though the Pittsburgh defense was damn good, they end up scoring with a pick, and they kind of deflated the the defense a little bit, or the offense a little bit. Josh Allen had a QBR of 40. Damn. So he did not play well. The defense did their job. So in this, guys, we do have the Seahawks, the Colts. Seahawks 28, Colts 16. Behind Tyler Lockett, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Metcalf 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Russ wins, of course. We also do have the Chargers against the Washington football team. My bad. Oh, Chargers 20, Washington football team. So unfortunately, the Washington football team did lose their starting quarterback. Fitzpatrick is out. They weren't able to get past Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen's 100-yard game. So the Chargers do actually take that one. The Jets versus the Panthers. So the Panthers did actually come out and beat. Darnold comes out and beats its old team. Defense does lead Panthers past the Jets in their opener. The Jets haven't won an opener in a long time. So in this case, moving right into it, we do have the Jags against the Texans. Unfortunately, the Jaguars did fall to the Texans. The Texans ball out. Whoa! They said, "Who is that dude in the bench?" They don't matter because they got Tyrone. So in this case, Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer and company did lose in the season opener. The offense looks a lot better than last year, and obviously, the Texans did ball out. Watch out for Brandon Cooks. He's gonna come out and do pretty good this season. So the Arizona against the Tennessee. We do have, where you guys at? So the Cardinals ball, dude. Curry or Kyler Murray. 4 touchdowns, runs for another one. Boom. 38-13 to the Titans. The Titans did nothing. Henry did nothing. Derek's it. So, I mean, we'll definitely see how that works out. Now, Philly versus ATL. That's actually very interesting because, man, the Eagles 32-6. That looks like, I don't even know what that looks like. That was bad, dude. I've never seen something play out so bad for a team like that. So I don't know. They have problems in ATL, and obviously Philly does have a quarterback. Jalen Hurts kind of answered on those unanswered questions we had about him. Being a QB.
Big guy now.
He's bald. He balled out. Ask the fantasy players that did actually pick him up. So as we move on right into Minnesota, did fall to the Bengals. The Bengals did actually have Joe Mixon 29 carries, 127 yards, and a touchdown. So they were able to cruise a little bit past them. San Francisco did survive the Lions. Goff goes against does go 351 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's not bad, dude. He's doing it in Detroit. 49ers, Mitchell and receiver Deebo Samuel show that they're the future for the 49ers. And then just as we fought the Dolphins and the Patriots, we got Mac Jones and Waddle do get their first NFL touchdown each. The Dolphins do barely beat the Patriots 17-16. Now the Cleveland and Chiefs, that was a very good game. Probably the best game of the whole weekend. Mahomes does lead the Chiefs to crazy comeback. Mayfield does get picked on the last possession to lose it. So, let's talk about that a little bit more. Green Bay, New Orleans. Winston erupts. Jameis for 5 touchdowns and blowout win versus the Pack. Rodgers raises questions about his commitment to even playing football. So, Denver, I'm not even gonna see that score. That was 38-3. So, Denver and Giants. So, do you have the Denver did actually beat the Giants 27-13. Darnold and in this case, obviously the defense did actually show up a little bit for the Broncos. it's gonna be interesting for Teddy as he moves forward with that franchise. And then just the Rams did beat the Bears in a very exciting game in the first game at the new LA Chargers SoFi Stadium. That's actually going to be the stadium where the Super Bowl is going to be this year. So Matthew Stafford does try out with his new team, and he balls out for 3 touchdowns, and he shines. He's going to be a really good celebrity. And LA, he's going to be a good fit there. And the last game is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Who is Derek Carr? Apparently, only Derek Carr can answer that question, and he can only do it while he is actually playing right in front of your face, dude. Honestly, that was crazy. I've never seen him play like that in a while. He does actually capitalize on Jackson's fumble, and he does get a game-winning touchdown in overtime. So definitely that was a wild NFL weekend. A lot of games, a lot of craziness happening. We'll get a little bit into it. And as we start, kind of, I'll get your 2 cents, Art, as we get into this upcoming segment. And then as I get your 2 cents, then we'll get into our next segment called The Good, the Bad, and the Blitz. Go for it.
Well, it was a very exciting weekend, Danny. Football, all the scores you announced. Sad to see the Cowboys were just not one. We were many kicks away from dominating that game. I think Cowboys kicker was Greg Zerline. He openly admitted, he fucked up. If he would have done his job and made those easy 93% completion kicks, it could have been maybe a victory, a surprise victory. But I mean, you give Brady the ball for even 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
too much time.
Yeah, it's not fair.
But yeah, you got to take the good with the bad. And some of the good was we saw Dak play like he never left. He was definitely finding his receivers. I think sadly Michael Gallup would be lost after the game. Just for a few weeks, some kind of ankle injury. Zeke, they didn't feed the Zeke that much. I think he didn't get to see that red zone as much. Didn't even rush that much, actually. But I mean, you can't blame him versus Brady. Maybe they had to figure out they had to keep the ball in the air for that air attack more than keeping that rushing on the ground. But definitely like what I saw from the Cowboys. It's very promising. Speaking of Texas teams, who the hell saw the Texans being good finally?
Oh, I mean, Brandon. They got. When did they get Brandon Cooks? I mean, I knew he was there, but it was like.
How? Yeah.
I mean, how
he showed up? Yeah.
Because honestly, and I mean, I feel bad because he's a good player. He's actually one of my favorite players since he came out in the scene. So he's been inconsistent the last couple of years, and mainly because he's been hurt. But dude, he got like what? Dude, he's like, remember Deshaun Jackson? Oh, I mean, he's still playing technically, right? But like, you know how like he was just like one of those like, dude, he has either like 40-50 yards or like 150 yards. He was like literally that guy, and that's how Brandon Cooks has starting to become. So he actually does have 5 receptions for 132 yards. Damn. He doesn't have a touchdown or whatever, but I mean, you see Danny Amendola, he got a touchdown, so that's what's up. Obviously Mark Ingram, he did run it in, and so did Philip Lindsay, but they don't really have much of a team to begin with, so that's that. But I know they're gonna go with Mark Ingram is gonna be their featured back. It's just gonna be one of those things. But Taylor's not bad, dude. Tyrod Taylor isn't bad.
No,
I actually really like him.
He never had time to shine because he always got replaced by the younger hotshot QB from college.
Yeah,
every team he went to.
Yeah, I actually liked them. I actually liked them a lot. I was like, dude, you're actually not that bad. But I don't know. We'll see how it works out for the Texans. For the Cowboys, I mean, I don't know. My take on the Cowboys is, first of all, I know there's a lot of like people like kind of watching or that see like sports and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. And sometimes it's like, and then I don't mean to call anyone out or whatever, but you know, there's like the difference between the casuals and the non-casual fans.
Bandwagoners.
So there's casual fans. So casual fans are those fans that are like kind of like every so often, you know, they watch the games and stuff. Yeah, so it's like they're kind of like you know, and it's essentially those people that like only pay attention to the Super Bowl just for the commercials, stuff like that, or like, you know, whoever the team is hot, like, oh, cheer to hear this or whatever, which is fine. It's cool, you know, we need those people. You know, but then like when then they come out and say like, yeah, man, this is why the Cowboys lost, and you know, because of this and that. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I mean, I understand that, you know, that everyone has an opinion and stuff like that, but just like, you know, don't just like throw random stuff. No, it's because of the offensive line. Okay, well, why? And he's like, oh, because you know this, or they couldn't block, or like Zeke. They're talking about Zeke. So one of the points was Zeke, right? No, bro, Zeke isn't the same. He's just like a commodity. He should just get traded. I'm like, whoa, dude. Like, first of all, like running backs aren't, you know, they don't grow on trees, right?
Nope.
Really good running backs are super rare, and I mean, you see it a lot even in fantasy, even though it's not the same thing. But you know,
yeah,
there's only very few. There's only like maybe like 8 really good running backs,
elite,
and
there's
like
elite.
maybe like 4 or 5 that are like, damn, that are like, you know, like boom, you know. Whereas quarterbacks are a little bit more in all those positions, but like running back is like maybe like what's the top 5? Give me your top 5. Top
running
5
backs?
running backs.
Oh, it's Christian McCaffrey,
Alvin,
Kamara, and then it's the way I mean, at one point I was gonna say Derrick Henry, but not after this weekend.
I mean, I'll still put Derrick Henry just because he is a beast. Who else would you put? Hold on, let me go down.
I'm trying to think of how our draft order went. To who
I was gonna say
running back.
I want to say Barkley, but I don't want to
No, Barkley wasn't that highly ranked because of his injury proneness. And he didn't play not much.
Let me see the depth charts. Derrick Henry. Let's see. Dalvin Cook.
So, that's the one. Yeah.
So it's all right. Let's go back and say it. All right. So first one is McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Right? Christian McCaffrey. Dalvin Cook. Alvin Kamara.
Henry.
Oh, Derrick Henry. And got who else? I mean, I could throw Mixon in there.
That's all right.
I mean, I want to say
get what you're going with this.
Well, I'm just saying. I honestly, it's probably Ezekiel Elliott. Honestly, the fifth one is probably it probably is.
Zeke was up there.
But Montgomery, dude, did you see the Bears game?
Yeah.
Oh, Montgomery was balling. He was balling. That dude was playing angry. He was running angry. I love players that do that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I don't know. I think the fifth one, I guess Zeke would be, you know, top 5, right? Still, but you know, cause I mean, honestly, like chat, I want y'all to name my top 5s, you know, running backs besides that, you know. So in this case, Zeke, obviously he's not gonna be the same as he was in, you know, his rookie year or the years before, right? But I think that once the Cowboys start figuring out, because dude, the offense was good. I mean, it just sucks because you have Tom Brady like the first week, you know. Yeah, I mean, it just sucks. You know, you got the defending champions. You know, you're bad. So, and don't get me wrong, this was not a moral victory. Fuck that. This was not a moral victory. This was a straight up loss. You lost. Just say you lost. Yeah. Okay, cool. I lost. Why did I lose? Well, because Brady was better than you, and because of other things. The kicker, right? You know, a couple calls here and there. They can go back to the tape and stuff like that. You could say obviously the guard wasn't there, guard play. Even though the guard play wasn't there, so obviously it affected Zeke more than Dak, but Dak still played pretty good. So for you guys to tell me, yeah, it's because Zeke is not a good running back anymore or whatever. I understand that, but just tell me why. You know, don't tell me it's because he's not getting as much run. It doesn't run as much. It doesn't get as many yards. Like, well, yeah, dude. But the reason is because first of all, they're missing their guard, right? The one that actually, you know, helps in running and blocking for running. And second of all, it's because, you know, their line. I mean, what's his face? Smith. Offensive line or whatever. Hold on, Cowboys offensive line. Sorry.
That's all right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So in this case, there was Tyron Smith. There we go. Tyron Smith. He was, you know, he's supposed to be your left tackle, right? And he was not playing good. So Dak was playing good, right? You know, he's just being Dak, extending plays, you know, throwing the ball. I mean, Cooper went off. I didn't realize like how much of a game plan he was gonna be in, because I felt like CeeDee Lamb was in a better position, but CeeDee Lamb dropped chingos of balls, dude.
He did.
I mean, he did. Like, I mean, it's cool. I understand if you get hit. I understand if, you know, this and that, but it's hitting your hands, dude. It's hitting your chest. Like, you can't do that. You can't. Like, you know, maybe in Bama or whatever a little bit, a couple times, but not in the NFL, you know, because it's gonna, you know, you're gonna feel it. But I think the Cowboys are good. They do play. Who do they play next?
Chargers.
That's right. They play the Chargers next week. At 3:25, so it's a 3:00 game. It's gonna be pretty good. I think they're gonna win this one. I think it's still gonna be a tough game. I want to give it like a 31-27 game, or maybe no, like 27-21.
Optimistic.
Yeah. So you know, we'll see how that works out for the Cowboys. But in this case, we'll go ahead and play our little game. It's gonna be called hold on. Let me put some music while we wait, guys.
That's fine. And while we wait, just a few injury reports for all of you fantasy fans out there.
Oh yeah, We'll do sorry. Call it "Don't Catch the Bug." So this is our injury report. Go for it.
Okay, don't catch the bug. So Denver Broncos placed wide receiver Jerry Jeudy out with ankle and cornerback Ronald Darby hamstring on injured reserve Tuesday in the wake of Sunday's season opening win against the New York Giants. It means both players will miss a minimum of 3 weeks. So to fill the roster spots, Broncos signed wide receiver Kendall Hinton and cornerback Nate Hairston from their practice squad. So if you got Jerry Jeudy, maybe pick up his backup. This Hinton guy.
Yeah.
One guy that I had, and definitely I had to look on the waiver wire to replace him. Says 2 days and multiple doctor consultations after leaving the season opener against the Detroit Lions with a knee injury. San Francisco 49ers running back Raheem Mostert, his own season is over.
Again.
He announced on Saturday on social media The injury the Niners hoped he would require, or he pretty much is going to require minor arthroscopic surgery. Well, instead, he's going to end his 2021 season. Uh, Originally, they thought maybe he could return in 8 weeks, but I think, yeah, find whoever his backup is. I think on the waiver wire, I tried looking for it. It's some guy Elijah Mitchell is gonna was the running back who went in because there was two guys. Mitchell was one of them. He had the bulk of the work. So screw you, Danny. I put him on the waiver wire for myself. He ain't never gonna get it from me. But Raheem Mostert, he's out of there.
Yeah, apparently I need to I need to prove some stuff. My bad. I haven't been able. I'm a very bad commissioner. I get all these
Nah,
like
it's all good.
I
Don't worry
get
about it.
I get all these what is it was it trade and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to approve all that stuff. But anyways, go.
I got a few more. Las Vegas Raiders right guard Denzel Good suffered a torn ACL in his left knee on Monday night's crazy 33-27 overtime victory against the Ravens. He's out for the season now. Good. He did sign a 2-year contract worth 8.4 mil with 3.2 guaranteed in the offseason. He played 15 games last season. He had career best 14 starts, 2 at right tackle and 12 at left guard. He was lauded as maybe the team's MVP by coach John Gruden and quarterback Darren Carr. They had some good comments about him. But Denzel Good, he ain't going to help him no more on that defense. So if you got that Raiders D, you might take a slight dip in them points.
Yeah.
And speaking, I think even the most absurd, and I don't even know how many players is going to affect, is the New Orleans Saints have 8 members of their organization test positive for COVID-19, calling into question their status for Sunday's game when they play against the Panthers. So a total of those players is 6 offensive coaches, 1 player, a nutritionist. I don't know, Danny will add more in a bit. They think they placed Michael Thomas on the reserve / COVID-19 list on Tuesday. Thomas is currently was on the physically unable to perform list. Is not eligible to return to practice until week 7 at the earliest. Thomas has been doing his rehab in Fort Worth with the team, which was currently practicing at TCU's facility because they were displaced by Hurricane Ida. So
that's right.
things were looking pretty good and promising for New Orleans. They trumped on Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Now they have to deal with this COVID situation, and doesn't look like they're getting Michael Thomas anytime soon. Anything
Yeah.
else that stuck out to you, like injury wise, or?
No, just I know that the big one is obviously Zach Martin, the Cowboys guard, is coming back.
Nice.
Yeah, he's coming back from. Well, technically, he hasn't tested positive. He has to test positive twice before he can come back because he's vaccinated.
Right.
So he's only tested positive or negative once or something like that. So he can come back. He's a potential, but more likely, will come back. But however, pass rusher Randy Gregory does actually come on the COVID list. So unfortunately, he's actually getting he's going through COVID protocol. And so is Michael Gallup. He is placed on IR as well. It's not season ending, but I mean it's pretty close. I think it's like 8. I think it's 8 weeks.
Yeah,
maybe 10.
it's definitely more than 5 weeks.
Yeah. So, so that's for that. Just like that injury bug. Oh, did you do Fitzpatrick?
No. I think you mentioned it earlier, but yeah, Fitzpatrick, he went out. I don't know at what point of the game. I think it was an ankle injury.
Yeah, hip.
Oh, that old man hip
I think
injury.
I think he landed on his hip, dude. Ugh. I know.
So who replaced him?
That's a very good question.
Okay. Point is, he was a starter for the Washington football team. Ron Rivera, head coach. Uh, they don't got no more Colt McCoy. He
Oh,
was like one of
Heineke.
their staples. There you go, Heineke,
Jaguars, ex-Jaguar.
ex-Jaguar,
Hey, hey,
phenom.
hey. He played a pretty good couple games. Whatever. I don't know if you guys need a good pickup for fantasy. Don't pick him up.
Unless there's like already a bye week in week 2, and you need somebody to replace your Jameis Winston's of the world. Get a Heineke. Crack open a Heineke.
Should be good. That'll be alright. That'll be alright. But let's see what else. That's it. That's it for my injury bug stuff.
And that's all we know of. Maybe there's some secret shit we don't even know that's going on behind the scenes. Cortisone
For real.
shots or like crazy treatments. Whatever. Football's back now. Let's see who survives to see week 3.
Exactly. No, and honestly, I'm just glad it's back. Would just be, even if it's, a little injury prone the first week. That means that they're doing it the right way. They're ready to hit each other.
Jeez.
All right, Matt. We'll go right into After Dark, and then we'll do just our last segment of the night. So there we go. I'll put it out for you. So in this case, real quick, coming soon, right after this, we are gonna have again continuing on into our next segment, as our NFL segment, which should be the good, the bad, and the blitz. Whoa, what does that mean? Hopefully soon we'll find out. So in this case, let me put some music real quick. Some a little bit So again, music is provided by Studio 13th Day. But also, I just want to give a quick shout out to some of our partners as well. So next week we are gonna have our one of our partners. His name is a local rapper, San Antonio rapper, D-Rock. He's actually gonna show up in here and give a little plug about everything that he's doing for the community, San Antonio community. Obviously, we did have Skep here the other day with my sister Natalia, they talked a little bit about just helping the community out here in San Antonio as well. So he is a local artist. It's gonna be exciting. He's actually gonna come out next week. Next episode in 2 days. So we're gonna do a little bit of promotion about that. But just want to give just a quick shout out for him on that, and also just for his audience. So definitely keep an eye out. It's gonna be around 9. We'll start the episode around 8:30 next time, and just kind of keep up with that. So thank you again, guys, so much for following us. Just again, subscribe, follow, and like us. All right, so we'll go right into segment. Go for it. Super fan art. After dark.
Oh, okay. Well, it's already 25 past the hour, so we've already been after dark.
Oh, there we go.
That's music. Right, unrated, uncut, uncensored, unsolicited. We're just straight up. The kids are in bed. It's time for us to already cuss now, like we should have. We already had been. Fuck, shit. So yeah, just a quick round table. Who's drinking what? Danny sipping on anything interesting over there? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic?
So I have a Mexican Coke with the best ancient canes of the Aztecs. Cheers. After dark. Oh, I didn't put the after dark sign. After dark. After dark. After dark. After dark. Alright, guys. Chat, go ahead and let us know what you are drinking. Ipartio. What are you drinking, Ipartio? So, what are you drinking, Super Fan Art? Talk to me.
I'm taking it a little bit easy. Not so much that I got work. I was a little bit sick a while ago, so I was kind of laying back on alcohol. So I got the finest bottom shelf blue Powerade made by the find minimum wage high school kids that work at our local Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. There
It
we
was
go.
okay. I like Powerade.
I like Powerade. Powerade is actually pretty good. I like. What do you like better? Are you a Powerade or Gatorade guy?
I grew up on Gatorade, but I like Powerades. They're more accessible. I mean, you could get them at the fountain drink almost most places nowadays. I
Yeah,
don't know
true
what
that.
Gatorade never got on that.
I think Gatorade is more like athletes type of stuff, like where I don't know, just like at the games, like those big. Cause I remember in band when we used to have those water jugs. Sometimes we would do Gatorade on them.
Oh yeah, we'd mix Gatorade mix
Yeah,
or something like
it's
that.
just one of those things where it's just like just do it fast. Whereas Powerade is a little bit more like I don't know honestly.
Well, Powerade is like a part of the Coca-Cola company.
Yeah, I feel like
But-
Powerade has a little bit different taste. It might be the sugar, honestly, dude. You might be getting
Yep.
owned.
And Gatorade just likes the beat of their own drum. They don't like to sell out uh, to like Pepsi or anything like that. They own themselves.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know, just it's kind of crazy how like people prefer, and some people like literally don't like Powerade at all. Like they just won't drink it like at all, or Gatorade or vice versa. So it's like kind of like okay, it doesn't I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's electrolytes, bro.
Yeah, it's just like damn.
And
just-
they come in non-sugar versions now. They don't taste as good, but they're non-sugar
I was gonna say I don't know about
or 0 calorie non-sugar. It just I don't even know what it. It's purple food coloring, water, electrolytes,
I was gonna say like purple
And-
color. All right.
purple.
Alright, man. So we're gonna move right into our last segment, which is gonna be the good, the bad, and the blitz. So, going right into it. It's gonna be just going after the NFL stuff. So we did actually obviously have a wild NFL first weekend, so we can talk about the NFL forever for days. But for today, we're gonna talk just about just our quick takes, our reactions, in this case, like about the weekend itself. The good things, the bad things, and the not so good, the super blitz. All right, so for me, I'll go ahead and just start with the good. My good, actually no, I'm gonna actually start with the bad.
Go
The
for it.
bad, I'm gonna do the Bills losing to the Steelers. That was random, dude. I mean, I
Nobody
saw the
that
game.
coming.
I saw the game. I actually saw the game with my family. We're actually like eating at like some restaurant. I'm not gonna say what it is, but some burger restaurant. But we're watching the game, and I was like, my dad was like, oh man, let's see the Bills losing again. I was like, wait, why are the Bills losing? I was like, what? I turned. I'm like, I literally, as soon as I turned, they picked it. They picked sixth it. I'm like, damn. Like,
You gave them ojo.
dude, seriously, it was super bad ojo. Yeah, seriously. Like, so I don't know. Hopefully, I'm not gonna watch them again. Josh Allen is probably pissed right now. I was like, dude, don't ever watch my games ever again. But that was bad, dude. I didn't realize, like, I don't know. I guess, like, for me, that was the bad of the weekend. What about you? Talk to me.
Oh, come on. That pales in comparison to the bad you saw from the Aaron Rodgers and them Packers.
Oh, I was gonna do that for
3
the blitz.
points.
I was gonna do that for the blitz, but go for it. Go for
Hey,
it.
you asked me. You
Yeah,
asked me
yeah.
what
Go
was
for it.
bad.
Go for it.
That's the bad of the bad of this past weekend. I think most everybody betted Green Bay was going to win. And why not? Aaron Rodgers, solid QB. Maybe he's got to prove himself. If he wants to get that money or go to another team, this is his season to like try out for other teams, so to speak. But now it just looked horrible. He didn't look like himself. He was definitely didn't have that look in his eye that he normally does, that competitive spirit. It wasn't there. It was just totally deflated. Uh, So yeah, kudos to New Orleans. I mean, they did a lot of good things right. Winston, I think he's their guy now. They're more than confident in their choice over Taysom Hill. Uh, and they'll definitely be exciting to watch the Saints. Uh, Now, as a fantasy owner of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, I don't know. It could be a liability again for week 2.
Yeah,
Because that was the very
that was very
embarrassing.
bad. Yeah, that was very, very bad.
I mean, the coach said it post game, and Rodgers is like, "Well, it is what it is." So fuck, that was
Yeah.
horrible. But
Um.
one of the good things I saw was the Rams.
Oh yeah.
It's the Stafford era now. They got rid of Goff, Stafford now, and they were having fun.
They
They're beating up,
were.
and
Bro,
they were
they
having
were they
fun.
were they were having fun. I was having fun watching them have fun. Like,
Yep.
it was one of those where I was like, damn, I kind of want to fucking be there and shit.
Yeah, they're getting it done on all aspects of the game. Uh, Definitely gave those fans, uh, a worthy prime time game in that beautiful, I don't know how many $1 billion stadium. It has, it's, it's awesome. I think it's one of the most expensive stadiums now, football
Yeah,
wise.
yeah. I think it is the most. Well, I guess it's with Reliance Stadium. They're kind of 1 and 2 or whatever. But yeah,
But us, the new Stafford era is here, and all the players and fans are excited over there in LA. They should be. They definitely emerged as like a powerhouse now in LA. They were back in the Todd Gurley years, the jerk off, but that fizzled. Now it's a new regime, uh, and they'll be a force to reckon with. A lot of those West Coast teams are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Them Cardinals, them Seahawks, Chargers. It just seems like the West Coast teams are getting stronger, man. What do you think?
yeah. No. Well, I agree with the teams getting stronger. Um, it's just they're just. I think they're in more than anything. They're starting to actually build around players, like actually build teams, not just like get the best players that you can get type of thing. Whereas like you see New York, I mean shit, both New York teams, they're not good. Like New England is hanging in there, and the only reason is because of Belichick or whatever. Because they don't have, well, now they have all right players. It just got a whole bunch of players, but I mean they didn't have a talent. They didn't have talent for like a long ass time. So yeah, I mean, and it's especially like like you were saying, the new stadium. It's nice, and it's just they're just the states themselves are really investing in their teams, as the Clippers are gonna get their own stadium, in a couple of years or whatnot. So it's kind of crazy how like it all kind of works out, especially in LA. Obviously, it's a big market and everything, but we'll see how that kind of turns out. For me, though, the good is actually gonna be the other team that played in their first, not first stadium, but they played in their stadium, but the fans were there for the first time. For me, the good is gonna be the Raiders. So the
The
Raiders,
Raiders.
yeah, boy.
And that OT, that crazy OT that we thought, oh, the Raiders won. Nope,
Yeah,
the guy's short. Kick the
correct,
ball.
dude. That was, yeah, and so. So congrats to the Raiders for winning. It's your first game of the season, obviously. And in the first game with the fans being there in the new stadium, obviously they debuted that last year, but they couldn't really do it properly. COVID-19, they couldn't, obviously getting that in the way. But congratulations to the Raiders. Their first win, and that's gonna be my good for that. But now my blitz is actually gonna be what yours was of the bad. So it's actually gonna be the Aaron Rodgers and the pack, and specifically, for me, dude, it's more like the nonchalantness, or it's just like I didn't really care so much. Like, you lost, okay, fine, you lost, right? Like, literally the reason why the Saints, not only did they, I mean, okay, they won because Aaron Rodgers didn't play good. Well, and because they played really good. But the reason why they played really, really good was because of Jameis. Like, he was out to prove, dude. He was like, bro, I'm the quarterback. Like, I'm the New Orleans Saints quarterback. Like, that's it. So, like, I don't need a, I don't want any more, maybe not. Like, this is what it is. And he came out and he proved it. I mean, he did. He balled, dude. He balled. He looked not just like a really good quarterback that threw the ball. Obviously, that's his job, right? But a really good leader. So, and then on the other side, not que ver, dude. Not que ver. So, it's like, Aaron Rodgers chilling. It's like, oh, well, it's because, we just didn't play good. No, dude, you didn't play good. And they're putting him. It was funny because they're comparing him to, what's his face? The Adam Sandler character on Longest Yard.
Paul Crew.
Paul Crew.
Paul, Rick, and Crew.
It's like, really? You gonna be shaving points like that, Rodgers? Like, damn, dude. That hurt me in my heart, and I'm not even a Packers nor Rodgers fan or nothing. I was like, oh, man. But, I mean, that was my blitz. Not even the fact that you lost. It's the fact that how you lost and how you even care for it. You're like, nah, pues whatever. No, not post whatever. It's your team, dude. You're still playing for them. Yeah, you're gonna leave, but you're just. I mean, right now you're just being a dick, And it's like, why are you here? I mean, I understand you're Rodgers, but I don't know. And it goes back to a larger point, which we've had several times in the show, which is, at what point does a player get bigger than the team? Where it's just like, dude, I understand you're Rodgers, but if you're not going to be good for the team, then why are you here? Like, your presence isn't doing any better. You're not playing any good. What the hell are you doing here? But that's my blitz. Go for it.
So since I said that Green Bay loss was the ugly, what criteria do I need for a blitz?
Oh, you said for bad. That was a bad, but a blitz, it's an ugly.
Oh, I'll retract what I said and say that was my blitz.
All right. So then, what's your?
I agree with you. But yeah, like you said, the bad was the Bills uncharacteristically losing to the Steelers. Even though they're rivals, I mean, a lot of hope was riding on the Bills to continue their success from last season. They were just like one win away from a Super Bowl, and they totally didn't prove themselves. Honorary award goes to the Titans and Derrick Henry. They didn't do shit. Yeah. That's another bad.
Yeah, that was a very bad. I thought he was gonna ball out like the first game of the season. He was just gonna be like, boom.
Nope, didn't see it. As Zeke not getting a touchdown, that's a bad. But you give him, I'll let it slide because it's the Brady, and you got to do anything and everything to try to beat Brady. And like I said, maybe they just wanted more in the air attack than on the run. Bad. Who else was bad?
And for me, just like,
go for it.
Yeah, the last, just I guess, well, if you think of another bad, but for me, like the bad luck was actually the Browns against the Chiefs. I mean, they're saying how I was hearing how like the main difference between a good quarterback and a great quarterback is that the score doesn't matter. So for Brady, it doesn't matter. Like, he can be down like 10. Dude, he was down what, like 28-3 or whatever, like in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl. God damn. It's like he was just playing with us. It's like, nah, I already have 6 rings. Let me get a like, or I have like 4 rings. Let me get a random hard fifth one or whatever. I mean, this guy is just playing with us, dude. Now he's just playing with the league. We're just his like personal plaything, like literally.
Sparring.
So, uh, so that's Brady, right? And then in this case, Mahomes, same thing. The whole game, dude. The Chiefs were down. The whole game. The whole game. Now, in this case, you see like, okay, well, what about the other players like Dak? Dak, they were down. I mean, you could. I mean, it's still the front, kind of the first of the beginning of the season. We'll see how it turns out. But if they're down, normally Cowboys play. It's hard for them to keep up. Lamar Jackson, if he plays, he was playing down and he couldn't, you know, come up and beat the Raiders, dude. The Raiders. So but you have Mahomes, where it doesn't matter what the score is, he'll score. You have Rodgers right now. I mean, not so much, right? But
Yeah.
even then, Rodgers has the ability where like he can beat you no matter what the score is. It doesn't affect him. The score doesn't affect him. Or like as you have like your other players, or like we're like, oh well, like Baker Mayfield, like, oh shit, now it's his turn, like it's on him. If Baker Mayfield doesn't do this, then it's because like he's just not good enough, like straight up. And not so much that he's just not good enough for the Browns or for the league or whatever, but he's just not good enough to beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs are just damn good. Like it's just,
Too good.
yeah, it's just there. I mean, it's just one of those things or whatever. Welcome to the Mahomes era. That's just how it is. So, but that's the big difference between the great and the good quarterback. So I think Baker Mayfield is gonna. I think he might actually win his first playoff game this season, with the Browns, just because of their talent. Just because of the talent, they just have way too much damn talent. That it's just I can see them winning a playoff game just on that. But still it has to be on Baker, just to kind of really, if they want to get to that second level or that next level. Because I mean it's just quarterback play, bro. Like I mean you have your Brady's, you have your Josh Allen's, you have your Russell Wilsons, you have your Patrick Mahomes, Lamar's. He's kind of all right or whatever, but in the postseason, you just have to step it up. I mean, that's just one of those things. But but yeah, what do you think?
Uh,
What do you think about that
uh
game?
the which game? Sorry.
The Chiefs Brown.
Yeah, I saw it. That was like I think on cable they were showing like the Green Bay game. I think is the afternoon. I was like, fuck that. I think in the other station they're like, oh, it was bonus coverage of the Browns Chiefs game. It's like that's more like it. I love that score. Like oh, like they got it was Kareem Hunt at the time. He was just like throwing guys like he was a bowling ball and they were just pins, or was it Chubb? I think they utilized both
They
backs.
did. I was like, they did.
It
Yeah.
was the return of Hunt. He was tearing his old team a new one. It's like, damn, like the Browns, like I knew like they were good last season and they're on a mission to go even further this year. And that was a good sign. I don't know how bad Odell Beckham did or not,
I
but
don't think he played. I don't know if he played. No, I
I think
think
he
he
was
did.
pushed.
I think he did play. He did play. He just didn't do good. Dude, Miles Garrett, dude.
That was good. Yeah. A standout game. Definitely, you go to toe to toe with the Chiefs in their own stadium. Like that's another one, almost comparable to Cowboys Bucks, Browns Chiefs. Good for morale. You're able to go toe to toe with a champ. Uh, Obviously, the confidence factor goes way up. Uh, as Baker Mayfield, I don't see him as a mobile quarterback. I mean, obviously, he's not, you know, he's not a runner, and we don't want to see him get injured because he's trying to get them extra like 5 yards. But those two backs, the Chubb and the Hunt show, like they better utilize it now because one of those two is going to demand more money. I'll probably go somewhere else. So
Yeah,
better use them while you got them.
I was gonna say yeah. And well,
The
Baker's cheap.
Yeah, and Baldwin Baker's currently cheap. So it's either do it this year while all the stars are aligned, or it's going to get way more complicated to keep the band together next year. But
Yes.
yeah, I definitely like what I saw from them as well, from the Browns.
Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. As we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up a little bit for this for today. But um, and for next week, or I'm sorry, for next episode in a couple days, rather on Thursday, we are gonna have again one of our colleagues, one of our partners, D Rock, on the show. We're talking a little bit more Spurs, more Cowboys, and we're gonna do our previews. We'll do a couple picks for our notable games and games to look out um, for this upcoming season. I'm sorry, for this upcoming week, including on Thursday. Who plays on Thursday?
It is the wait, don't tell me. I knew it. It's the Giants. Giants Washington. It's
Let's see.
definitely NFC East. Washington football team and the Giants.
Let's see.
Because it's not the Eagles. Because like if it was the Eagles, they would blow out the team.
I was like projections. I don't know projections. Oh, give me regular football. Sorry, I'm like looking at other stuff. All
I'm
right.
telling you, bro. Giants, Washington.
Yeah, Giants, Washington. There you go. Yeah.
Whap,
So
whap, whap.
well, yeah, I don't have that. I have a laugh, so I'm gonna do laugh.
Oh no. So yeah, if
So
I had Saquon Barkley, then I'd watch the game.
yeah,
Don't care for either team.
yeah, so we'll see how that works out, and again, we'll talk a little bit more on Thursday as we move forward. You guys, will if you guys want to check out our highlights for today, we'll have them up by tomorrow. So all right, we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up and put the music on for us. There we go. All right. That's going to be it for this week's episode. Woo. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, YouTube Live. Check us out, guys, live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting at 8:30. Definitely check us out. Leave your takes, and if you guys want to talk, let us know. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13D. Tasmagoria Graphics as well. This is Danny BMD with my partner, Superfan Art. Signing off, saying laters to all. Bring it home, Art.
Thank you, Dan. Lesson of the day is our first weekend of NFL was great and had great emotions. The Cowboys gave us hope. The Rams offense looks dope. And Aaron Rodgers has fans in Green Bay singing some Green Day. Wake me up when September ends. Remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without y'all, the fans. This is episode Nintendo 64. Until next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz.
Woo!
Oh my
God. Damn. I spilled my drink.
Yeah, bad shit.
All right, and